So 3-wire control with jogging. So here the same circuit here. I have not shown the power circuit in that. So in this picture you can see, or in this circuit diagram you can see the power circuit also. See here, this is the control part and this is the power circuit part. So here from the stop switch, the power flow goes through the here, and I have a start switch. By operating this switch, I can close this path so that the motor get energized. Sorry, the main contactor is getting energized. When the main contactor is energized, here the main contacts is going to connected to the motor like this. So this will be connected so that the power will be transferred to the motor. The motor will start running. So this is the normal operating state, and upon the energizing of this main contactor, so here this contact is going to keep the latching path or a holding path. So for achieving the jogging, we need not to do anything with the start push button. So we have to operate this jog push button. So when you operate the jog push button here, so by pressing this jog push button, the current flow passes through this, and the jog switch will be closing the contact like this, and the main contactor is going to get the power here. So because of this power, the contact is going to close, and because of that, the motor is going to run. And by releasing the jog switch, immediately what is going to happen, so the power will be cut. So when the power is cut for the main contactor, so obviously here the contact will open, so the motor will go to off state. Okay, so this is what jogging control for three-phase induction motor. So this is also can be achieved by using a simple single phase, single pole, single throw switch. So it is a detent type switch, nothing different from the other things. So here we have a detent type switch where if you keep it in on condition, so if this switch is in on condition, so the motor will run in a normal operating condition. So by pressing the start switch, it is going to run continuously, and by pressing the stop push button, the motor is going to be disconnected. So this is a normal condition. In case if you want to operate it in the jogging condition, that time what we have to do, we have to keep the run or jog switch in a open state. If this is in open state, by pressing the start push button, it is going to close the switch, and the contactor is going to close the contacts like this. The motor will run until the start switch is in on condition. If you release this start switch, then automatically power will be cut for this main contact. So the power, when it is cut here, then automatically here this will be off, so the motor will go to the off state. So the same thing we are able to achieve it with a different type of circuit components. So whatever the components we have with us, with that we can able to achieve the running or jogging control. So I have another option here. So the same circuit, but we are going to use a run or jog selector switch here. So in this switch, you can see the power circuit is remains same. Here we have a start and stop switches. So by pressing the start switch, again the circuit is going to close. And for normal running conditions, so it must be in closed state like this, so that it provides the latching path. So the motor will be running in a normal condition. Suppose if you want to keep this in a jogging mode, so we have to keep it in this open state. So we have to keep in this condition, so that when you are pressing the start push button, the motor will run. When you release the start push button, then the motor will be in off condition. So by keeping the run or jog position, so you can do either normal running condition for the motor, or jogging operation also can be achieved in the same circuit. So the next one is resistors used for reducing the power during jogging period. So or jogging or inching. So that is what I told you in the reduced voltage starting method. So we call this jogging as a inching. So when the motor has to start in a normal voltage, so we are going to use this contact. And if you want to start the motor in a reduced voltage and also in the inching mode, we are going to use this contactor. So for the normal operation, you are going to operate this start push button. So it is going to close here. The main contactor is going to get energized so that the main contact here is going to close. Also here it is going to be get closed. So the motor will start with a normal voltage, that is the applied voltage here, and the motor will run in a normal operating condition. So it is a full run. So it is not going to be inching process. In case if you want to operate the motor in inching condition, and also you want to reduce the voltage which is applied across the motor, then we need to go for this switch. When you are pressing the switch here, what is going to happen? The IR contactor is going to energize. So this IR contactor, when it is getting energized, the contacts here will get closed like this. So the power which is connected here is passing through these control resistors, so which is going to control the current which is going to the motor. Also, until you press the switch, it is going to allow the power supply to the motor. By releasing this, it will disconnect the power supply to the motor. So you can achieve two things. One is you can reduce the voltage which is given to the motor. Also, you can achieve the inching process in this particular circuit.